What's up, guys? Today we're going over hamstrings and low back pain. Sometimes those can be correlated. Today we're going to take us through a couple series that helps us to stretch, strengthen, and position our pelvis in the right way, utilize our core so that we don't have to have low back pain when working our hamstrings. Follow this through 2 to 3 times and let's get better hamstrings. All right, we're going to start up top. We're going to face either a couch, a chair, a bench, or a box. What I want is our hips to stay square. Now, what I don't want to see happen is our pelvis roll backward here like so. I want an anterior tilt, so stick my pelvis back, pull my tailbone up through this whole thing. Now, I'm going to raise up a heel, straighten my leg, slight bend in the knee if you don't feel the stretch behind your leg. If you feel it behind your kneecap, then slight bend in your knee. Okay, we don't want it behind the kneecap, we want it more on the hamstring belly. So what I'm going to do is drive my hips back and away. You'll already feel a stretch in that hamstring if you're doing it correctly, for most of you. Now what I want to see is you point the toe and then flex it up towards you. This whole time, point the toe, flex it up towards you. The whole time what I want to do is actively think about pulling this hip, so my right hip, away from my foot. I'm trying to drive my pelvis away from my foot and stick my butt out basically. Point and flex. You go 15 repetitions on each side. You should feel a nice stretch right along that hamstring belly. Stay nice and tall with the chest, shoulders stay back. The worst thing that you could do if you have low back pain and it's tight hamstrings is try to stretch your hamstrings like this. We're just tugging right here on that low back. So to fix it, like I just said, do those things. 5, 4, and 1. Good other side. Stick my pelvis out, chest stays tall, point the toe, flex the toe, bend the knee if you need to. For a deeper stretch, stick your butt out more. You can bring your chest out and over the knee. Think about a string pulling on your belly button, pulling you forward. Again, not collapsing down like so, trying to touch your toes. We're not doing that number. 5, 4, 2, and 1. Good. Now, we want to strengthen. So a lot of times we just go too quick, too fast, and we're not able to engage our hamstrings properly because there's a lot going on, whether it's a kettlebell swing, an RDL, a deadlift, any of the above, hamstring curls. We get our low back involved too early, too often, and we lose the ability to strengthen our hamstrings. So right here, super lightweight, just body weight. I'm going to go feet right underneath our hips. You can go a little bit wider, toes straight ahead. I'm going to go slight bend in my knees, and then I'm going to stick my pelvis out, just like we just did in the stretch. And I'm going to drive my hips back, my back staying flat, hamstrings are on stretch, and then I'm going to pull back and through. You can cross your arms over your chest, hips go back, hips come forward. Really trying to slowly feel this in your hamstrings. The second that I bend and I go like this, and I bend my low back here, that goes, now my low back's on stretch, and now I'm strengthening my low back. What I want to see is pelvis out, stick your butt out, and pull through. We can even reach forward. Go as slow as you need to feel this in your hamstrings. And then the big part is squeezing your hamstrings, contracting your hamstrings to stand back up. They're on stretch now, but how do we come back up? We're not just using our back to come back up. I'm going to use my hamstrings to really squeeze and come back up. 20 reps. Three, 2, and 1. Good. Pop yourself on the ground. Now you're going to need a couch or a chair or a bench. Same thing, just like what you use to stretch. Now, slight bend in the knees. We're going to go double leg bridge here. Now, not a glute bridge, but a hamstring bridge. So the second you feel this in your low back, Stop and rest. Heels are into the bench. You're going to tilt your pelvis now forward, so I'm not arching my back now. Ribs are down, my abs are engaged. If my abs aren't engaged, the low back will be involved, I guarantee you. Now, you're going to drive your hips up. We're going to squeeze your hamstrings for 10 seconds. If you feel it in your low back, just do repetitions where you squeeze your hamstrings. They're going to shorten. They're going to contract as you drive up, and you go back down. If you don't feel it in your low back, great. Maintain this position for 3 sets of 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down. Low back should hit the ground first. If your pelvis hits the ground first, it means your low back is arched. We're using our low back too much. Go. 3, 2, and 1. You can obviously scale this if you have stronger hamstrings. Add weight, go single leg, go longer, go more sets. 3 by 10 is just what I'm choosing right here for the purpose of us all. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, last one. And go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You'll notice real quick, if that is difficult for you, you have a hard time utilizing your hamstrings, you need to continue to work on that and repeat it. All right, guys, have a great day.